Welcome to the lounge. My name is Toby Roydell, and from the bottom of the heart of someone who is hard on himself and critical at times, pressure is poison. If you're someone who takes everything really lightly and isn't bothered by much pressure at all, then this video is probably not for you. However, in my experience, I just don't know anyone who doesn't have something they really care for. Of course, when I think back to my school days, for example, I could think of a few people where I would say they didn't take anything serious. While in fact, they probably just didn't take school serious. And at the end of the day, that is one thing. They didn't take school serious. Nothing more. It's just one thing, it's just school. And this is the first thing. It's just school, is something I would have heavily protested a few years ago. I would have said, no, of course not. Grades are important. Grades are life. They are who I am. If I don't have good grades, I can't be successful. Nothing will be, I will reach nothing without having good grades. Imagine this. It took me freaking years until the middle of my university years time that I realized that grades are not what I make them out to be. My parents always encouraged me to do my best, which is a great thing, because if you do your best and if it's not enough, it doesn't have to lead to success if you just give your best. This is something I want to tell my children as well. Just do your best. But as a child, I didn't understand this. I completely misinterpret this statement. And like many other children who also misinterpret this idea, my whole week was ruined, or even my whole month was ruined when I got a bad grade at school. And this bad grade was, for some other people, would have been a really good grade. And this is really how ridiculous this actually was. And as time goes on, you translate this to other fields of your life as a child, or as a young adult, however you want to put it, or where it hits you. And you feel it in other fields as well. And I, for instance, wanted to be the best in everything. I wanted to be the best when playing the guitar and in tennis and of course in school. What you do not realize is that you are being fueled, that this attitude is fueled purely by greed. It's not perfectionism that drives you. Still to this day, many people will tell me, no, I'm just a perfectionist. I want everything to be perfect. And no, you're not a perfectionist. It is actually greed. And perfectionist is just a way of trying to make it sound nice, and that other people say, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, just wants things to be perfect and to self be perfect. Yeah, I get that. No, it's not. It's not perfectionism. It is greed. It's greed for attention. It's greed to perform at the highest level possible, at any time. Pain doesn't matter. Emotions don't matter. I can solve everything alone and by myself. I don't need help by anyone else. I can manage. I cannot be touched or moved by anything. This is what makes me strong. This is the way it sounds. But it's a facade. What it really hides and what makes it greed or something negative is what is actually behind that. And behind it, there is, I am not good enough. I am not worthy because I do not perform at the highest level. And I don't deserve to feel good because I'm not where I want to be. Wherever the pressure originates, at this point, it purely comes from the inside and completely takes over. It poisons your mind. And as time goes on, you lose your goals out of sight. Because the poison begins to hurt you, and it takes even more time and effort and energy to fight against this poison and this greed. There are two solutions to this. Number one, you get the poison out of you, or it will take you down eventually. You might even last 10 years or 20 years. You might even last 40 years. Well done. But the poison always wins. The pressure wins. Always. What did I even think I would achieve? I thought there was a day or a moment, an event, when I was finally there. When I reached my last goal. And then I'm finally satisfied. I wasn't. I would not reach this place. Never. Because greed does not know any boundary. It grows always. And it feeds on my, it would feed on my fear of failure. And it feeds on this fear of not being enough. It doesn't just go away. Until there is nothing left of you than a mere shadow of yourself, still trying to achieve this heroic, perfect state of yourself, until no one can help you anymore, because you are blinded and deafened to the word of someone who still actually cares about you just the way you are, with all your faults and traits. But what do I do now? What if I am in this hole? How do I get out of there? And this is exactly already, again, the first step. You know it. You know it somewhere. These words always steer something up inside of me, and maybe inside of you too. You know it. You're smart guys. You know when you're meant. So there might be something that resonates with you. And realizing this, as it is always the first step, can be terrifying. As it was for me. The first amazing thing that solves so many things is ask somebody else for help when you need it. You do not have to do everything by yourselves. There are things you have to do by yourself, but not everything. Not at all. I thought for way too long that I am weak if I ask for help. See how wrong I was. Insane. Asking for help there's so much strength in asking for help when you need it, because you know someone else can do it better and help you with it. Then there is your ego. Let me tell you from experience, it is one thing to win a trophy, to be a winner. Ooh. But it's something completely different to being part in someone else's success. And then they share that with you, that you are part of it, that you made something happen, that you made success for someone else happen, which is a completely new thing. And it feels incredible. And this way you are already part of something bigger than just your own ego. I had to learn this because I did not know for a long time. And I'm not ashamed of this, because I'm absolutely positive that there are many things that everyone, or some things that everyone seems to learn later than somebody else. As long as we learn it at some point and don't close our eyes and hide, still fine, all good. I even went so far as to tell, at a party, I quickly told someone a punchline or a gag so that, like, really whispered it to them so they could deliver it and have all the laughs on their side. And they delivered it and it was a great time, and I was so happy. Yeah, that's such a stupid story. George, we cut that out. We cut that. It's such a stupid story. I'm embarrassing myself here. With today's topic, I really, really hope that I could reach 1 or 2 people. Because if you don't get this poison out of you, it'll take you down. If you don't get your greed, perfectionism, pressure, whatever it is for you, out of your system. I am so much happier now, for instance, that I know, and it's a little thing, that I today know that grades only mean half as much as I ever thought they could mean. And it's great knowing this today. Wish I had known that earlier, because this pressure won't let you live any longer or even make you happy. My name's Toby Roydell, and I will see you again next time here in my lounge.